talknorth.com is powered by Bite Squad. Go to bitesquad.com or download their app. Get food to your door in minutes. Use the promo code TALKNORTH to get your first delivery free. Talk North gets you your first delivery free. This is talknorth.com, home of Preps Today with John Millea. I'm here with John. John writes John's Journal for the mshsl.org website. Covers prep events all across the state, brings us back great stories every week. Thanks to our sponsor, gourmetparlorpizza.com. If you'd like to sponsor the program and reach a statewide audience, you can reach me at jsouhan47@gmail.com. Thanks to our producer, Brandon Morton. Let's get right to it. Prep Bowl is here.
Yeah, Prep Bowl 37, Jim, this Friday and Saturday at U.S. Bank Stadium. 7 games. If you follow this, you know the drill. 4 games on Friday, 3 games on Saturday. Kind of the post-Thanksgiving tradition. If you don't like to shop, come down and watch some football. I'll go through the games real quick here in order. Friday we'll start off at 10 o'clock in the morning with Spring Grove versus Mountain Lake in the 9-man game. And then Caledonia and Barnesville in 2A. SMB versus Wilmar in 4A. SMB is St. Paul Academy and Summit School, Minnehaha Academy, and Blake. So that's a co-op team. And the big schools will finish it off Friday night, Eden Prairie and Lakeville North. We'll come back Saturday. We start at 10 o'clock with Bold. That's the school down at Bird Island, southern Minnesota. Bold versus Mahnomen-Waubun from way up in northwest Minnesota. In 1A, then in 3A, Rochester-Lourdes versus Fairmont. And we'll finish the football season with the 5A state championship game, Owatonna versus St. Thomas Academy. And we got to this point after last weekend's semifinals. We had 14 games over 3 days. By my math, that's 56 quarters of football since we didn't have any overtimes. But really a good time. The stadium's remarkable, as we all know. If you haven't been in there, adults can get in for a $16 ticket. Students are $10. You can watch all the games each day. And we invite anybody who wants to come down after eating turkey, come down and get some concessions and have a good time with us. A few notes on the Prep Bowl games. We got 4 defending state champions who will play this weekend. Spring Grove in 9-man, Caledonia in 2A, Owatonna 5A, Eden Prairie in 6A. Caledonia, they're already a 3-time state champ in 2A, and they've won 53 games in a row, which by some accounts is the longest current winning streak in high school football in the nation.
Wow.
So 53,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, now they got a ways to go to get to the Minnesota record, which is 76 in a row by the 9-man dynasty from Stephen Argyle between 2003 and 2008. So very exciting times for high school football. It's a great showcase for the sport, and I just want to give a shout out before we get to this week and again look back at last weekend. We have a new partner doing our webcasting at the high school league, Prep Spotlight TV. This is free. They don't make you pay, and they do a great job. They did web streaming from the state volleyball tournament, girls swimming and diving. Our adapted soccer tournament was last weekend. That was web streamed for free. And they've done just about every state football tournament game, beginning with the quarterfinals, which were spread all over the state. So they do a great job at Prep Spotlight TV. Now for the Prep Bowl, the webcast will be different, and I'll get this out on social media. It'll be prep45.com, because the Prep Bowl games are televised by KSTC Channel 45, and their website, prep45.com, that's where the webcast will be, again, at no charge. So there are lots of ways to watch the Prep Bowl all over the world if you got an internet connection.
Do we want to talk more about the Prep Bowl, or you want to go right to haircuts of the week?
Let's go to haircuts of the week, because this is kind of Prep Bowl related. Some of these notes are. So the Fairmont team, they're going to play in the Prep Bowl after their semifinal win. We use the Vikings post-game interview room. We bring the coach and a player or two or three or four, kind of depends, to answer questions from the media. So the Fairmont guys are down there, a couple of players, and their head coach, Matt Mahoney. And the players have haircuts, hard to describe, high and tight maybe, kind of shaved on the sides, long on top. This is a unique look. And I asked the players, I said, what's the story with the haircuts, and why does your coach not have the same haircut? And they all kind of started to laugh, and the deal was the players all got these haircuts before they came to the state semifinals. And the coaching staff said if we get to the Prep Bowl, the coaches will get haircuts too, the same haircuts. So we're all looking forward to seeing those Fairmont coaches with those unconventional haircuts when they come to the Prep Bowl. But that's just kind of a slice of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, which is always fun and entertaining.
So when they did the high school interviews, did they have the windows open so you could see out in the hallway?
For a couple of them, I think the first day they did, and depending on if it's your coach or your other team's coach, people are pressing their noses against the glass. And then I think the second and third days, the windows were not, you could not see through the glass. And but there was a funny note. The coach from Monoma and Waban, John Clark Jr., a guy I've known a long time, he came up with some players, and they won in the semifinals. And he's sitting up there at the table with the Vikings U.S. Bank Stadium logo behind him. I don't know who the other sponsors are, but, with 6 reporters. That's it. Maybe one TV station from up north. And it was very lighthearted and, answers the questions. This is not an NFL media group. And we're done. And, okay, thanks, coach. Thanks, players. And he says, boy, how do these NFL coaches get so upset? This is easy. I said, I think the questions on Sunday are a little tougher.
Well, the questions are tougher, but the egos are also bigger.
That's part of
it. The NFL coach doesn't want to they don't want to be anybody presuming there could be possibly another answer to the question,
exactly.
than going for it on 4th and 1 if they went for it on 4th and 1.
That's right. That's right.
Prediction of the week.
This prediction of the week, this is my prediction. Before the state semifinals, a few days earlier, I got an email from Matt Corey. He's the editor of the Bemidji Pioneer, the newspaper up there. And he's planning, a Saturday night. Deadlines are bad anyway on Saturday nights.
That's a good name, by the way, the Pioneer. I like that
Bemidji
for a newspaper.
Pioneer. And he wanted to know, the Bemidji Pioneers, we're going to play St. Thomas Academy, scheduled for 7 o'clock. He wanted to know how realistic is 7 o'clock. So I went back to my email, and I tweeted this out after the game started. I said, my reply was, quote, chances of a 7 p.m. kickoff are next to 0. Could be 8 o'clock or later. The actual kickoff, 8:04 p.m. So as I said to a couple people, you do this long enough, you realize how this works. So, and I feel bad for some Bemidji people. If they drove down here and back the same day, I mean, that's a long drive anyway. That's 4+ hours.
Oof.
But, their game didn't start till after 8, and by the time you're getting out of there, it's probably 11 o'clock. And they did have 9 buses coming down, so people traveled in comfort if they were on the bus. But, that's tough, and, the times are set long before we know which teams will be there. And there may be a move to adjust some of these game times. Like I said, that 7 o'clock game never starts at 7. So we may in the future start maybe a half hour earlier in the morning and maybe schedule the last game for 7:30. Those are all, nobody's going to worry about that till we get past the Prep Bowl. But it's an inexact science, as we know. If you're going to play 5 football games on the same field in one day, even tentative game times, that's not an easy thing to do.
Absolutely. Let's do delivery of the week next. Let's first thank Gourmet Parlor Pizza out of Royalton, Minnesota. And you can go to gourmetparlorpizza.com and order their food for your own benefit. You can order food for fundraising, or you can find Gourmet Parlor Pizza now in many of your local grocery stores.
Sure can, Jim. Cub Foods, Coburn's, Kowalski's. Check your pizza sections in the freezers. You might be able to find some of this good stuff from Gourmet Parlor Pizza in Royalton, their specialty. In addition to stocking freezers at great grocery stores, is fundraising. So for your sports teams, dance teams, prom parties, anything related to youth sports, youth activities, scouting, whatever it is. If you want to do some fundraising, we all know everybody loves pizza, and these guys make it so easy. They've got more than 30 items you can sell. You can go to their website, gourmetparlorpizza.com, give those a look, and you'll make money on every item, at least $3 to more than $5 per pizza. They make it so easy. When you make your order, they deliver them, and they are all sorted and ready to go. And you can give them a call at 888-584-5930, or as I said, go to gourmetparlorpizza.com, and thanks to our sponsor up there in Royalton.
So let's go to delivery of the week.
Speaking of delivering pizzas, my good friend Steve Thompson from WCCO Radio, he had me on the air with him Thursday night. I was at the stadium the first night of the football semifinals, and we're just chatting back and forth. Very lighthearted. And I was talking about being in there for 14 games over 3 days. You know, we start at 9 in the morning and get out of there at 11 o'clock at night. And he was saying the next day he was going to come down. I said, hey, bring provisions, Steve. Bring some provisions, will you? If you're coming in, bring me something. Bring me some stuff. So he gets in there and he opens his bag, and he's got 2 boxes of Little Debbie's that he bought at a convenience store on the way. And we were laughing because, you know, your bags are searched. Everybody's bags are searched, even the media. And I said, how did you get that? Through security at U.S. Bank Stadium. He said, well, the lady checking through my bags looked in there, saw the Little Debbie's, and made a remark. I didn't have her favorite kind of Little Debbie snacks in here. There was another one she really liked. So clearly they didn't think these were dangerous objects.
I just feel safer having heard that story. You know, now when I go to the U.S. Bank Stadium on Sunday for the Viking-Packer game, I'm not gonna wear Kevlar.
I had a birthday once, and we had a birthday party at the Prep Bowl at the Metrodome when I was working at the paper. And most of my family and relatives, and there were a lot of them, they were all in town for Thanksgiving. They came in through the security gate, through the loading dock. I basically gave them a list of names. They didn't have to buy a ticket. And I have a nephew who got a bottle of whiskey past security at the Metrodome. I said, that is not crack security.
A bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. We had the party in a suite at the Metrodome, and hey, Uncle John, here you go. Happy birthday. Bottle of whiskey.
Wow.
Yeah. That was...
I mean, I know Zimmer smuggles in whiskey every weekend, but...
yeah, but he has to.
But he has to. Yeah, exactly. Let's go to our interview.
Yeah, well, you know, I've already mentioned that. I forgot I had that on our script here. That was John Clark Jr. asking,
okay, yep.
Why do NFL coaches get so upset? This was easy. That was maybe one of the highlights of the press sessions down there.
All right, we'll go to Band of the Week.
Okay, this is the Band of the Week, Fairmont High School, and the band is great, but it's the school song, and I tweeted about this. The tweet was, there are great school songs all over, but Fairmont High School's is something special. It's Anchors Away. You know, this is not a maritime town, Fairmont, Minnesota. And I don't know the history, why that's the school song, but I do know that Matt Mahoney is their coach. His grandfather, the late Tom Mahoney, the field in Fairmont is named after Tom. It's Tom Mahoney Field. Tom was the longtime football coach there. I knew him well in his later years, and a Navy veteran. And when Tom died several years ago, I went down to Fairmont to his funeral. And as they're carrying the casket out of the church, the song Anchors Away was played. And it was very fitting because he was a Navy veteran in World War II, and that's the school song in Fairmont. And they played it a lot. They scored a lot of points last week, so we'll hear it again at the Prep Bowl. And I was walking into the stadium one of the mornings, and we have people who do a lot of different jobs for us to make these tournaments go. A lot of them are retired administrators and coaches. And I found myself walking through the main corridor there, heading to the press box, behind some band kids. Some of the bands don't all come on one bus. Some will come with mom and dad. Some will carpool. So there were maybe 4 or 5 band kids being led through the stadium by an older gentleman who I know very well. And I took a picture of him from the back and tweeted it out. And I said, these band kids have no idea that the white-haired gentleman escorting them back to where their band actually is was a member of the starting 5 on the 1960 Edgerton Championship basketball team. Dean Verduce is his name.
Wow.
And he was a long-time coach and administrator and does a lot of things. He's in the High School League Hall of Fame. And I thought that was pretty appropriate that this guy who was a member of one of the legendary teams in Minnesota sports history, still serving kids in schools, and in this case, he was helping the band kids get to where they needed to be.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Reminder, our network reached about 145,000 listeners last month. That number is going up. We're about to get the numbers for this month. Things keep going in the right direction. Great place to spend your advertising dollars. We're affordable. We're flexible. You can reach me at jsouhan47@gmail.com for this show or any other show across the network. Teams of the week.
Yeah, we got some really cool teams of the week, Jim. We're going to start with adapted soccer. That state tournament was Friday and Saturday at Stillwater High School. In the CI division, the cognitively impaired division, St. Cloud area beat South Washington County 3-0 in the championship game. And I saw a great tweet from St. Cloud. The adapted soccer team got the police